Hey everyone, my name is Leslie with Candle Life Company. I make videos all about making, selling candles, and also providing any tips or tricks that you could potentially and successfully implement into your own candle business journey. And in today's video, I actually want to talk about labels, editing, all that great stuff. Stay tuned and welcome. First and foremost, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone that has been subscribing to this channel. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. And also, I'm very excited to announce this is our 7th video on my channel here. And I am just super excited about that. I am planning to push out one more video for this week just because unfortunately last week I was not able to do the two that I intend to do for this channel, 2 videos per week for you all. So here we go, 7th video, and we're going to talk about labels and softwares that I also use for any type of content, right? Photography and all that great stuff. First, if you have not seen the previous videos that are related to this video, I suggest you do. I will go ahead and make sure they are linked in the description down below. And the testing phase. So just a little recap on it, right? You should take as much time as you need for your testing phase when it comes down to your candle business. And in general, you can honestly implement that in a general business basis because everything is better when you test and you are more comfortable and familiar with the process and the materials that you are using, right? Depending on the business that you are trying to introduce out in the market. So testing is very, very important. I want to go ahead and say that take your time with it again. Okay, I have to reiterate that. Just take your time with it. Doesn't matter if it takes you 30 days, 6 months, or a year, it is perfectly fine. Take your time. Now, once you are pretty much comfortable with the testing phase, you already have the wax you want to use down, the fragrance oils, the fragrance oils even that you want to use, right? And the jars, right? So let's say you want to make like your own concrete candles. You would have to know the type of material you're going to use in regards to accomplishing that concrete jar that you want to make, right? So you see all these little things start coming together and you already have this vision and this idea for your candle business. So you are already putting that together, knitting it together. And so what comes next is honestly getting together your supply list along with knowing the type of labels that you want to use. So for example, let's say you want to use a just a clear tumbler jar, right? You would have to know what size of label you can actually put on that. And like for example, if you order through Candle Science, their jars, it they actually do list the dimensions, the measurements for the perfect label for that jar. So they do that work for you. And I think that's pretty awesome that they do that. So I would just look into whoever you're trying to buy through to see the size of the label so that way you can order it correctly. Also, if you want to use like any tints, any tea lights, even wax melts, to be honest with you, like what is the potential maximum label size that you can put on that? And you would have to know all that, but this is only if you are going to print your own labels at home. Let me go ahead and make that clear, because there is another option that you can go through. And as well, you're still going to need to know the measurements, right? In regards to that label. you can actually have companies like OnlineLabel, SheetLabels, print your labels out for you and ship them to you, and you don't have to worry about um, ordering labels to make sure you can print out at home, and make sure that you have a label printer, right? A correct label printer that's equipped to get the job done. So there are those two options. Which one do you want more? Personally, me, I have always printed out my own labels. It would be very nice to obviously have my own labels made, printed, and shipped out to me. The thing is that for me, I weigh out the costs of it. And personally, myself, I have yet to find a um a printing company for my labels that's actually like price wise in my budget. So that is another thing that you do have to go ahead and research, and know and make that decision. Like, can your budget handle a printing company, right, doing your labels for you, or do you have to manually print them out yourself at home? And now there's other things that come into play with that, meaning, again, you're going to still have to know the label size, right, and the label shapes, right, because we have round, we have square, we have oval, and also the supplies that come along with that, right? You need the proper printer, so you're going to have to do your independent research and know and get a feel of it, read the reviews, right, and make the final decision as to what label printer you want to go ahead and purchase. Let's talk about where I purchase my own labels. Okay, I can go ahead and show you them here. So, like, for example, and I apologize if you guys see me like looking down or away, I'm just going ahead and gathering the things I need, or I'm looking at my notes, right? So, the labels I purchase, so like these right here, these go on the outer box of my concrete candles, right? That I sell on my website. So these are squared. I believe these are 3x3. They are 3x3. And these I actually get them from sheetlabels.com. And it's really cool because it's like a textured label paper, and I absolutely love it. And I know that if you actually want samples, they send you samples of it. They won't send you the samples, at least not in my state. They didn't send me the samples of, like, let's say if I want to be specific about, like, I want a 3x3 square, right, sample a sheet. No, they send you like it's a full sheet sticker. So you'll get the sample. It's just that it's going to be a plain full sheet sticker sample of the type of label that, or the material, right, of that label. Now I also have them, I believe this is a 3-inch round label. Okay, same material, same company, SheetLabels. And then I have, I believe these are 2 or 2.5s, and these go on my mini tea lights, my gold tins that I have for those labels. So you see, you do have options here, and this is just the company that I went ahead and went with. Personally, myself, it works for my printer. I have an HP like laser jet printer, which I do not recommend. Doesn't work personally for myself. I've seen other people that absolutely have a wonderful experience with this printer. Kudos for them. But it did not comfortably work for me the way I would have loved it to. I just know how to work with it now, purchasing the right labels, right? And doing the labels, like the outline, like the template for. I just know how to work with what I have in regards to my printer and with my labels. So, like, I have to do a certain layout, I have to do a certain type of a print, like settings and all that good stuff, so that my labels can come out centered, one, and two, so that the color of it can go ahead and print out perfectly fine, flawless, right? And so There are other labels that I do get from another company. This is why I said do your own research, see what you want to do, get comfortable, right? And so I get two different labels from OnlineLabels, right? So these are usually my warning labels. I believe this is like I want to say like a 1.75-inch round label here. And these are the warning labels that I go ahead and I put for my 9-ounce concrete candles. And I also print out a sticker for it. Um, it's like a handle. It's a handle with care template that I print out on these as well, that I actually put on the outside of the box so that the carrier knows that it's a fragile package, and to take care of it basically, right? And so this one here, these are, I believe, 1.25-inch round labels. And these I use for my tea lights for the warning labels on this one specifically, okay? So you see, those are the two companies that I chose to work with, and they are two separate entities, right? And both of them actually do have the option of printing through them. I just choose not to. Again, budget wise, I rather just print my own labels at home. I have no issue with it. I just have to know how to dance and work with my printer so that it can accomplish a flawless look. Now, I did mention that Etsy is going to be your best friend in regards to templates. That this is if you cannot um, create your own label on your own, and that's perfectly fine. If you go to Etsy, you can go ahead and type up the type of label you would want and the template for the candle. And Etsy gives you so many great options. And so, even if you are comfortable with trying to go ahead and create your own label from scratch, it's not going to hurt you to go ahead on Etsy or like go ahead on Pinterest and just get some inspiration on labels. And then you can go ahead and create your own label from scratch. Now, the software that I actually use, and a lot of what Etsy uses for their templates, is working through Canva. So I've already said Canva is also going to be your other best friend that I highly recommend that you sign up for. I personally would recommend as well the Pro version, just because you can get so many more other templates, and it's you just get so much more use out of it, to be honest with you. And that would be about like the only thing that I would pay for a Pro subscription in regards to my business. And so what I'll do is like I from scratch, right? I made my labels from scratch through Canva. Then I can go ahead and download it, and I can then upload that file, that label, to like OnlineLabels or SheetLabels, and print through there. They're because they have the correct label template there, right? Where you can go ahead and print multiple labels, such as, let's say, sheets.com, sheetlabels.com, my bad. So they have the correct template for this, where you can get the multiple print. You cannot do that on Canva with the labels, but you can surely do it where you purchase those labels from. So I will just upload it through to either SheetLabels or OnlineLabels, and then I just go ahead and make sure that the label is centered, right? And then I just print, and it prints the multiples for me. And so, as far as the label portion, that is pretty much it for that. To be honest with you, it's a little bit more of a brief topic, a brief subject. It's just, again, more researching, asking for samples, which, again, I know SheetLabels does, and just seeing which one you would like to go with, and purchasing, right? Ordering, and then deciding again, like, if you're going to do your own labels at home, like you're going to print your own labels at home, or you're going to actually have the distributor, the seller, print them for you, if that's an option. Now, I do want to talk about this because I was saying in my previous video to just put your content out there, record something, take a picture of everything, and just create the content and post it on your social medias. That way you could build that rapport already. You can start gaining a following, right? An audience. And so I want to tap into the apps that I use a little bit more here. And that way we can knock out two birds with one stone. I will go ahead and just make sure some pictures pop up along the way on the screen here so that you can see the apps that I use. So that way, if you would like to download them, play with them a little bit, get familiarized with them. If you even like them, okay, you keep them, you use them. And if not, you can discard of them and figure out or find another app that you would like to use. So, to record, I use my own iPhone camera. I have purchased a camera before. I believe it was a Canon, or it is a Canon. And to be honest with you, I do not use it. I am more comfortable just using everything from my phone, editing from my phone, and then just posting the content from my phone. And so the apps that I use, like to record this video, I'm actually using the TikTok app. It's crazy. I like it. So they have a lot of different, like filter features and like how to darken, the lighting a bit and adjust the filters like that. Like I like it. This is what I use primarily to record any content, like especially for YouTube. Okay. Sometimes I use it to record content like for my IG reels. But a lot of the times too, then I interchange between this. I use the TikTok app, or I'll use my own phone app, right, to record videos. Now, for picture wise, this is interesting. So when I want to take just product photography, I tend to, again, I use between my camera, my phone, my iPhone camera, or I use the IG app too. Like they have really cool filters that I like to go ahead and turn on and play with. So when I'm taking my product photography, I use between those two. Now, in regards to editing, so like let's say I take a picture on my iPhone camera and I want to edit, I don't know, a certain area to be bright or dark. I use this app called Snapseed, okay? And so I use that one very lightly, not really. Um, but it is a good app to use and to get into. So another great app to use that I like to also use for editing my videos, or like editing for my reels, the shorts, I also like to use InShot, literally in and shot. It is a very interesting app, and I use the free version. I have always been using the free version since I came across it about, I want to say 2 to 3 years ago. And that's exactly how I keep it with a lot of the apps except for Canva. Canva is the only one that I pay pro for and that I recommend for you all to, if you can, it's in your budget to go ahead and pay for it, just because you have more access to more templates and you can do so many things outside of just labels. Let's say you want to go ahead and just post an announcement. They have so many different nice templates for you to post announcements, or to get an announcement post from. And of course, the nicer ones are going to be if you have the pro account. So then the final one that I also tend to like to use every now and then, not really, is CapCut. I actually I use it every now and then. I love it. They have a lot of nice templates. Um and that one also, I use the free account. I have never paid for anything else outside of Canva for any type of more like a pro account. So these are like mainly the apps that I use for my content, for my product photography. And again, you're not going to be a pro at it when you start to just film your content, edit, and post it. Okay. even up to the day. Like, I have been in the game for about 4 or 5 years now, and I still don't consider myself nowhere near a professional, to be honest with you. I just go ahead and I'm still learning as I go. I still watch YouTube videos, believe it or not, in regards to like how to do better product photography, right? Like um how to improve it. And if I have a question about a certain feature, if I can use it on a certain app, I will Google it, I will find the answer. So a lot of this is still self-research, self-taught, self-knowledge, which is awesome because it's going to always keep you busy. And that's the thing, you always want your brain to be kept busy. So it's a good thing to learn something new every single day. I've always said that. I always say that. That's like the motto that I go by in life. And so those are just a little general gist in regards to the apps that I use for content creating, the apps that I use for editing, and as well as to just posting content. So I highly recommend as well. It's a lot of recommendations, okay? But I highly recommend as well that for inspiration wise, look on Pinterest, look on Google, look on Etsy, follow other candle makers. You can go ahead and always look at all the content that's out there and get inspired and just go by that, remix it, right? Make it into your own, and then post your own content. So I think that that is the best advice that I can give to you all. And so I just want to go ahead and close out this video by thanking you all for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below in the comment section. I will try to respond as soon as possible. Or you can also DM me at my IG at candle.life.co. Also, I will highly love if you can just give us a quick follow either on IG or on this account or both. It is highly appreciated. Trust me. I get so excited when I get a notification that I have a new subscriber, a new follower. Like, it's really something to feel good about. So it really does put a smile on my face, and I want to thank everyone that's already following us, that's already subscribed to us. And I really want to wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and till next time.